My name is Mike, and I like movies late at night. Today's review, Superman Extended Trailer. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, MichaelRayBower. This is a late night movie review, but I am going to not be reviewing a movie. I am going to be reviewing a trailer, a extended behind the scenes, whatever you want to call it, Superman trailer. That's right. Let's get it on screen. There it is, the poster, July 11th, Superman's coming out. Directed by James Gunn. I'm interested. I saw the original trailer a couple of months back, and now they've released a behind the scenes, extended, whatever you want to call it, trailer. And we're going to watch it on today's show. But first off, please do me a favor. Hit that thumbs up, that like, that subscribe button. Consider becoming a member of this channel for early and exclusive content such as this. And get your merchandise on screen in the link below. There is a special item on there for Salute Your Shorts fans. If you could find it, look at all the items on the main page, and there's a special item available limited time only right now. Check it out. There it is on screen, and I do have donation portals down below. Cameo is available. Anything to support your boy trying to make a living out of YouTube, since acting work ain't coming so greatly. And please forgive me for being MIA. I deal with depression. It seems to be a monthly thing. It's not PMS, it's DMS. Depression must stay away for a good while. All right, let's get right into it. No longer keeping the kids waiting. Let's put on Superman. What do you guys think, y'all? My first reaction is pretty damn good. I'm glad they extended the trailer. I'm glad we got to see what we saw. I am really, really happy with what I saw. Did it make me feel as bad as the normal people have been saying when they're watching it? Not me. I actually liked it more, and I'm glad they extended the scene with Krypto, because a lot of people that I did read online, they didn't like it. They didn't like the shoot. They didn't like Krypto. They thought it was stupid. I enjoyed it. I liked seeing Krypto, the dog, as a dog. Being a dog. But I ain't gonna lie, I was very freaked out that he was jumping on on Superman. And possibly injuring him more, because Krypto's strong. Krypto is strong. What the hell did he do to Clark? He probably injured him more when he was jumping on top of him. Isn't Krypto like really a smart dog? Why would he do that? But you know what? That's what dogs do when they see you after a long time. They just jump on you. They don't even care. They don't even realize they're injuring you. But I think he was figuring it out. Remember when I was saying that I think he finally figured it out. Like, it took him a minute to realize that, my master is injured. And I know Krypto's supposedly like a more intelligent dog, but maybe this is like the beginning of Krypto. Not of cryptocurrency, but of Krypto the dog. And he has to learn his master's ins and outs and weaknesses and strengths before he becomes officially intelligent, to hopefully never jump on him again like that and possibly break him or whatever the case may be. But I liked it. But I ain't gonna lie, that seemed a little humorous. And James Gunn, I'm worried about his humor in a Superman movie as a director. I'm really, really worried about James Gunn's humor as a director, like with Suicide Squad and all those other shows that he does in Superman. Superman is a more just ideological figure in terms of all that other stuff, and I don't know if all that stupid backhanded humor will work, because in my opinion, Superman's stakes need to be high. They need to be high. But yeah, I loved seeing Krypto, man's best friend, take Superman in. And right there's where I think he's learning. Like, what's wrong, Master? I don't understand it. I thought we are gonna play. You are calling me. He's down at the Fortress of Solitude. Maybe that's where they trained and they played a little bit. It's really interesting. It's a really interesting concept. Superman is so basic, man's best friend, and that he needs his best friend to help him take him home. I don't know where in the movie this is after he gets injured really badly, but it's probably early on to the middle of the movie after he has a big fight with somebody. Who would it be? I don't know. Himself. It's really interesting. All right, and then what was the next interesting point? There it is, the Fortress of Solitude coming out of the ground. And in many versions of Superman, the Fortress of Solitude, his home, it's normally just outside. It's just normally there. This one, it comes out of the ground, like when he appears, or they feel his DNA or his spirit or whatever get near it, it comes out. That's fantastic. That is a James Gunn twist if you've ever seen one. But the cool thing is, researching it, because I'm a big Richard Donner fan and I've worked with him. Thank God I worked with him on Tales from the Crypt. Richard Donner, Superman 84 or 83, whatever they call it nowadays, the kiddos, he was the only one that introduced the Fortress of Solitude with crystals coming out and that has stayed in the James Gunn movie. James Gunn didn't want to change it. What a good optic and a visual optic for James Gunn to keep out of retrospect for Richard Donner and Superman 85. There's it looks like the three versions of the logo. Again, in the original Superman logos from the TV shows or whatever, it was really small in the chest. And then it got bigger and bigger with each movie iteration. And the logo looks different in every movie. And I know for a fact a lot of people did not like the logo in this movie. I like it. Why? Because I'm a fan of All-Star Superman, if you guys remember that, from back in the days, like the comic book and stuff like that. And because I collected a bunch of comics, man. Oh, I need to do that again. I miss that fun and that excitement. I just don't got no money. And there ain't a comic book store near me. But the All-Star Superman had like a logo like from the 50s or 60s, and it gave that like old school vibe, that technological. Speaking of that, I got to talk about that in a minute. But like that All-Star Superman logo kind of like gave like a 50s vibe of like newer technology. And that's the logo that I see in this movie. And from all the visuals that we've seen throughout this movie, and I'll talk about that in a little bit, but it looks like James Gunn might be going the 1950s route of a Superman, but with as Disney would look at the future of technology, how everything would look from the 50s looking toward the future of aliens or technology and stuff like that. It gives me like that 50s, 60s Disney technological vibe for Superman. And maybe that was the aesthetic James with Superman. But these are not flying in the air like the previous Supermans. These are walking. They look 50s, 60s, Disney-esque with the logo on their chest, and they got numbers. And then robots now have genders, which is cool. People are afraid that's going to be woke or whatever. I think it's okay to call a robot a he or she. But again, the robot gave directions. What do you have for a robot to say thank you to a robot? That's what I'm talking about with Superman. That's that respect where we all want to be a Superman. The love and the respect. You know, in some of the iterations of Superman, Superman became a little bit darker, a little bit denser, and he's not striving for that goodness, like basically from the 50s or 60s, if you think about it, or the 20s or 30s, or whichever decade you want to put it in. He said thank you to his robots because he knows they're saving his life. That is so beautiful. That is so heartfelt. It's just like me. People that abuse and disrespect me and harass me, I sometimes try to say thank you because I'm a better person. And Clark saying that is pretty damn awesome. But I do hate the fact that the robot answered, "You don't have to thank us. We're autonomous. And, we don't have feelings or this or that." I hate when computer-splain on TV shows or movies with technology. Like when you're on a ship on a TV show or whatever, "Oh, you have 14 minutes to live. We will blow each ourselves up in 5 minutes. All information will be deleted in 25 seconds. If you walk down that corridor, there will be enemies that may and may not kill you and harm you." The robot always explains the storyline for the audience. I don't know if that's what this robot was technically doing or just speaking like a robot, because in the beginnings of robots or computers or data or information or AI, let's call it AI, that's what they would speak like. They would talk like that. They would literally talk like that. "We are autonomous. Why are you thanking us? It's common sense to robots that we are autonomous. No need to thank us. By the way, have you met number 12? She's new." They have personality, now that I think about it. These damn robots got Alan Tudyk? I think that was the voice of Alan Tudyk. Oh my God, he's in every James Gunn movie, whether it be in voices. She looked at you. Number 12's a fan. These robots got brains, kinda, or personalities. That goes in front of the sun because he wasn't being healed quick enough when he was outside in the sun, that they need to magnify it. They need to make the power. It's like pharmaceuticals, 500 milligrams, 800 milligrams, 1,000 milligrams. That's really awesome. And that looks like some of that old world tech that's like on cave paintings and walls and stuff. It just looks fantastic. That is a beautiful sight to see. That is so beautiful.
Up and at 'em in no time.
And there it is. It's turning towards the sun. I just realized that. The actual, opening to the Fortress of Solitude is turning toward the sun. So it can get more rays. And then it can hit the magnifying glass and hit them. That's fantastic. That is a really artistic, clever thing. And that noise, it's like cracking. That's so awesome. So awesome. Music. Is he in pain while they're healing him? You would think it wouldn't hurt him. The sun recharges him and heals him. But that's why the All-Star Superman comic book, if you guys haven't read it, is so interesting. Because the more I think about it, there was a story where if Superman gets too much sun, it could actually become like a virus or hurt him like a disease. Because you get too much sun. I think that's what's happening. Maybe he's not getting too much, but think about it. If it's healing his body, his liver, his this, his that, his spleen, whatever's going on in type an alien body, that's painful. He didn't take any drugs. And if he did take any drugs, pharmaceutical kind, would they not let him be in pain? And you think if he's automatically healed by the sun and reshaping his bones or his body or whatever he's got in there, that would be painful. So they're leaving the pain in. That's fantastic, y'all. Because he would be in pain. It's just not, you're fine. That's why he would not want to get injured or have people do that stuff to him, because literally he has to go through a magnified sun and he's going to be in a lot of damn pain. It's weird how the robots are holding him down like humans are. Well, at least they don't have straps or whatever, like all the other technological moves. It makes the robots personal, like personalities. That's why he loves them. And that's right. Later in the trailer, somewhere, there's a shot. Hot girl. We don't have to talk about all the guest appearances. I don't know who's going to show up. It's fantastic the way this movie looks. That guy with the T on his face, he was in, what was that show that I watched? The Arrow. They had his character and all that. But he's holding a robot, like an injured robot. Maybe that's when number 12 becomes the new robot. Because there's a scene where I can't find it for some dang reason. But look at it. Is that from from Suicide Squad? Remember when they were fighting the alien in the middle of the street, the Suicide Squad? That kind of looks like it. Or is that just a graphic? Or is that literally happening in the background? Is that a computer graphic on a screen in an apartment or something with him and Lois? Or that looks like the eyeball of Suicide Squad. I don't know. Remember the eyeball in part 2 or 3? I don't know. But there's a scene where he's holding a robot. I forgot where it is. I can't find it. So apparently one of the robots dies, and maybe that's when number 12 replaces the robot. We'll leave it at that, y'all. But overall, if you have to ask me, I'm excited for this Superman. I think James Gunn knows how to make the feels in movies as well as the comedy, and I'm afraid of the comedy, and I hope he doesn't ruin it with comedy bullshit all the time. But I think the stakes are higher in this Superman. I really do. I think the stakes are higher, and I hope there's not too many enemies on screen, because that's what it kind of looked like. And I know they're setting the ploy for the DCU, the universe, and all that other stuff. And there's probably going to be some cameos of a Batman or this or that. Remember the awesome animated movie, Batman vs. Superman? Stuff like that. It's so amazing. James Gunn, in my opinion, is going back to the comic books with All-Star Superman for the technology and the visuals. And everybody looked like it was filmed like, kind of, the aesthetic looked like it was like 1930s or 40s. Where they were wearing suits and ties, and the women, they looked like business women, and it looked pretty beautiful to me, to be quite honest with you guys. I don't know why all the hate. I haven't read the reviews of this one yet, but there was a lot of hate from that first trailer. And it seems to be every movie is now being hated on nowadays the minute they release a trailer, because in previous versions, let's be honest, they all haven't done right. And nobody can ever do it right like the originals or the first versions made many years ago. Zack Snyder did some good work. James Gunn, the jury's still out with him. But we all love Guardians of the Galaxy. It was a fantastic ride. And, yeah. But I'm hoping they change it up for Superman, where the stakes are higher and not as much comedy. And I'm really looking forward to it. You guys let me know your thoughts of the Superman trailer, my reaction. Let me know some theories that you guys got about the movie, like how it'll end, who will be the enemy, what and what forth. But the ultimate enemy should be Lex Luthor, even though I think I saw a bunch of different ones in there. And we did see Hawkeye or Hawkgirl in there. Because they're trying to set up the DCU and the whole universe for what is this, Warner Brothers? I liked it. Man, I didn't think this was going to be a 25-minute long, watch. But I had a good time, y'all. I had a really good time, and I love this movie, and I'm really excited for it. I'll be there day one for this Superman. Yeah, I'm excited. All right, thanks for tuning in to the late night movie review trailer reaction for Superman. Let me know your thoughts down below. Please hit that thumbs up, that like, that subscribe button. And once again, pick up some merch. Donations down below. Help support your boy. Try to make a living out of this YouTube thing. That being said, I'll see you on the next one. My name is Mike, and I like movies late at night. Today's review just ended. Go home.